Hi guys, it's Cindy Leach, your polymer clay tutor, and we are in Spokane, and we are at Arvita and Ross's place. We're checking out their polymer clay, and they brought their friends, and this is Bella and Cooper down there. And we are really having fun. We've been swapping polymer clay stories and all kinds of stuff, but I wanted to show you some of the great stuff that they have been doing. Arvita loves to do sculpture, and she's got a beautiful little fairy here. This is one of your very first works, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about her? Does she have a name or
you know, I don't remember what I named her. To start with, I had a red wig on her. I put red hair on her, and I didn't like that. She just kept saying, no, 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 no. And so then I did this one, and that was it. And I made the wings. And
now you were saying that the wings were made.
Yeah, I printed the butterfly wings on tracing paper, and then cut them out and put the wire around it and glued it, and then filled it in with the polymer clay, liquid clay.
The liquid clay?
Yeah.
And then you've got these pretty little beads on it. She's got cute hands. They're all standing out. And her face is really lovely. This is one of your first pieces, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Now, you've got another little guy here, and he's got a whole bunch of stories to him, doesn't he?
He was my second piece. And I had his face and everything done, and I was just, you know, working on ears and getting that going. And somebody came to the door, and so I sat it on the couch and went to answer the door. And when I got back, he wasn't there, and I thought, I don't know where I laid him. And then my husband found him, and my dog, Cooper, had chewed it up. And so then he had a really horrible face, no nose. It looked like a little pig.
Yeah, you showed us pictures, yeah.
Yeah. And I was with a group, and I showed them a picture, and they said, you can fix it. So I did, and then he chewed an ear off the next time. So he just kept, I don't know how he gets it. You know, I think the cat knocked it off the table. He liked my work. But and then I burnt him the very last bake. So he's got burnt foot and a burnt hand and burnt ears. But he's together, and he's
persevered through quite a bit.
Yeah, and I decided I couldn't sell him, so my husband said, give him to me, I'll keep him. I said, it's okay. So I did.
If you could see him the way we can see him, his eyes are just so, so charming, and he's just darling with his crazy bedhead hair. Like he's been through a lot. He's got a book here. He seems very wise. And you're right to keep him, I mean...
Yeah.
When you got all that kind of history to it.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. he's darling. I
think I cried a lot with him, too.
Cried?
You did.
Well, I can't believe you kept going, and I think that's what most people don't do, is I think people, and I've seen it a lot when I teach classes, they think, well, that didn't work. I'm a failure, and I'm giving up. And that's the wrong thing to do, because you can't move forward unless you... keep trying, and when you've done something,
you're never going to come out the same no matter what you do anyway. So you just keep.
Well, keep and this guy, he's like some people out there who've been through a lot, and they need to just keep. If you just don't give up on them, he's going to make it through, and it's pretty. He
started out being really light skinned, but he's pretty dark.
He has a Mediterranean look. Or as I also said, he's from Middle Earth.
He's from Middle Earth. Well, he has survived, and he looks fabulous, and he's so charming. I love him. And you've got all sorts of other great projects here. Ross is a lover of flowers.
Yeah.
And lots of little tiny things. He's got some beautiful work here. I've got the phone, the mic way over here. Maybe I should have it here. He's got some beautiful roses and things. Tell us about this little rose here.
Okay, what this one is it's done with translucent, and I actually took real dried red rose petals and worked it in the translucent and then baked it. Well,
see, he's done that flower bead concept, but then made a flower with it, which is really clever. And it has a very... granite-y look to it, a kind of a stone look. Can you see that in the camera there, Deck? All right. He's got, so why don't you tell us about some of these little guys here? Oh, here you've got a little tiny stuff.
My wife and I decided to make these these are little flower fairies, and she's a little rose fairy because she's got rose petals on the top and a little rose petal dress. See, if you actually look.
Oh, yeah.
It's an actual rose on the bottom. And we make them for little necklaces and try to resell them or give them to friends.
Oh, yes, darling. Can you see that, Doug? You get it good. She's got the little rose flower petals underneath. And I've seen the girls do that with, well, I don't know if it's all of my girls, but people taking the real flowers where they put a little ball head on. Yeah. That looks really neat. I've seen it done in silk, too. It's really pretty. He's got all sorts of different things. Cute little gecko.
He's not done yet.
He's not done. So this is a WIP, or work in progress. So he's got a little a gecko. I believe you said gecko, right? Yeah.
Gecko.
He's a little gecko, and he's climbing up over the edge of this. Just darling. Looks like Jasper. Is it Jasper?
Mm-hmm.
Jasper. But is it Jasper? Picture Jasper, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like the colors.
Yeah, it's really neat. So you asked me a question. What was it?
Oh, in all the stuff that you make in polymer clay, what would you say is your favorite thing to do, or your favorite pieces, or what do you enjoy the most?
Okay, it was funny because I was going to answer him but Doug said, "Oh, stop! You got to get this on camera." I actually. The thing with me is, and you've probably seen this because over the years, I keep moving on. So what happens is I would say that my favorite thing is usually the last thing that I've done. Okay. And it's because I keep running with something that I really love. Currently, I'm in love with flowers. I've always loved them since I was a kid. Right. But now with the Wilton cutters and all that, I've been able to get a different approach to making the flowers, and so I've been able to start making, and the sweet peas,
and they look more realistic too with the cutters and stuff. I was just you
get the idea of how the different petals work, because sometimes the flower can be a little on the complicated side on how it's actually structured. I love, well, with doing the teardrop blends and stuff, I just love blending and I don't know what don't I love, and the stones, and then I go, okay, well, I love the metal, and I love being able to figure something out. Like one of our members, Karen Kay, she had needed to figure out how to do the clover beads, or she wanted to make a clover flower, and being able to. Actually, was in the shower and I figured it out. I just standing there, I knew it. I only made 2 samples before I actually went to do the tutorial, which I probably shouldn't say. But
that's cool.
You did the work up in your head.
It was there. Like I knew how it would work, and then I thought, wonder if that will work. I did one and I tweaked it slightly, and then did another one, and then did the tutorial. She needed it right away, so I might as well do it fast. Not everything comes as easily as that, but. So as you'd answer your question in a really long way, it's just it's whatever is next is what I love the most, because I feel like polymer clay is just really, really unlimited. Sure. And I've done a lot of crafts, a lot of different things, mosaics and paper making and punch tin and a whole bunch of things like that. And just what polymer clay can do is that it just can be anything, and it can go anywhere. So who knows, maybe one day I'll get past my fear of making faces in polymer clay and I will learn how to do something as wonderful as these little faces, and who knows where we'll go. And I think that's what's most exciting. What do you think? What is your most exciting thing, your most favorite?
That would be tough. I would have to say, like you said it quite well, is because you can make almost anything with it. When I was younger, I actually used to make porcelain dolls and sell them. Mm-hmm. And this is like cool because you don't need a kiln, you don't have to worry about pouring slip, you don't, all that stuff. You just make it, create it, and
you can come back to it. That's what's cool. Like you can leave it. Like if it's hard, if you don't have the time, or you're not feeling well, or you're frustrated, you can just come back to it.
Right. And sometimes coming back to it, you end up with something better than what you started with.
That's totally true. And sometimes you've come back with different, especially if you've set it aside, say, for a month or two, you've come back to different skills. You've learned something else, you've seen something else along the way, and then your skill set is now different. And when you go look at that, you can approach the thing that made you stuck in the first place. Whatever stopped you, you can handle that differently. And obviously you did that with your guy here. Oh, I don't know if we mentioned his name. His name is Henry. And that's what you did with him. You kept coming back until you got what you wanted. And he's charming. He's done now. Well, unless somebody eats something else off of him.
Better not. We keep him up high on the shelf.
So that has been really fun. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys, being at your home, and you've been so sweet. You've baked some wonderful scones.
Cherry scones.
Cherry scones.
Yep.
And it's just been really fun. I've been very happy to be here with you guys. So, are you?
Yeah, very happy, and it's nice to meet you in person. I mean, it's one thing to see you via the internet, but to see you in person, it's nice. And
apparently, I say pasta machine wrong. I've heard that a few times today. I'm supposed to say pasta machine. And I say my intro, Cindy Leeds, way too fast, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. Well, now you know. Cindy Leeds. Yeah. So that's how you say my name. Rhymes with beats.
Oh, very good.
You won't forget that now. Yeah. So thanks for having us here, and we will maybe see you on the next road trip. Yep. Who knows? Awesome. Would that be great? Yeah. And we'll see you guys next time too. See you later, and bye for now. Bye. Bye.